Hello and welcome to Nico Original News Stories. It's a Wednesday. Do remember to watch our bulletin every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday on Nico mobile app, on our YouTube channel, and on our Facebook page. Let's start with the coronavirus updates. 5 new COVID cases were detected in Andaman and Nicobar Islands recently. There are 52 active cases of COVID 19 in the islands now. Altogether, from the start, islands have witnessed 212 COVID positive cases, out of which 159 have recovered with zero deaths so far. Let's move to the next story. The economic crisis because of COVID-19 has only worsened over time. Tourism industry, which is the second largest employer after government in Andaman and Nicobar Islands, has been hit hard. Mr. Surendra Bahalka, a renowned businessman from the islands, have taken over the president of Andaman Chamber of Commerce and Industry during this economical and human health crisis. Nico spoke to Mr. Bahalka and let's see what he has to say. Good morning. Today we are here with ACCI President Surendra ji. So we wanted to ask that today, because of the pandemic has hit us very badly, and the economy has been devastatingly decreasing. Also, the tourism industry has been affected very badly. So what are your plans to renew these things?
See, Andaman is a very small economy, but very, very developing economy, and you will find in the last decade there has been a drastic change in the economics scenario. Primary sector, which constitutes around 13%, secondary sector is around 23%, but the lion's share is the service sector, that is around 66% of the total economy. In primary sector, agricultural, that is copra, earned, vegetable, fruit, rice, and all the agro products, which is valued something around 400 to 500 crores. And mining and quarry business, that is also a part of primary sector, that is something around 120 to 150 crore. And animal husbandry, the other component of the primary sector, is estimated to be around 150 to 200 crores. And then lastly comes fishing, which is around 200 to 240 crores. So basically the primary sector of Andaman economy is 900 to 1000 crores. Then comes the secondary sector, which is manufacturing, some 100 to 120 crores. Construction is another, takes a very giant proportion of the secondary economy and the total economy of the Andaman Nicobar Islands, something valued around 1200 crores, because of the various infrastructure development which has been planned by the state government and by the central government and various other, especially the defense and other sectors. Then gas and electricity, something around 300 to 400 crores, which is also coming in a very big way with solar and other source of energy, which is being planned for this island by the central government. So total secondary sector comes to around 1500 to 1600 crores. Then comes the very vital sector is tourism, which has in the last decade it has taken a very big shape, granting a lot of opportunity to the islanders, the young generation, the employment and other opportunities. A number of hotels have come up, and we are now placed in the world map, and all through with the cooperation of the Andaman Nicobar administration and the central government. This is going to be a game changer for the whole economy of Andaman. This constitutes to be around 750 to 800 crores. Then comes trade, transport, shipping, retails, which also has come up. If you see the market totally, all the big brands of the automobile sector has come. The organized retail chain has come. They have started operating, whether it is clothing or other things. So that comes to around 1500 to 1700 crores. And the total Territory sector is something around 5,000 to 500 crores. But this global pandemic, as everybody knows, the whole world is suffering, and it is the decade's worst, rather centuries' worst economic crisis which has been which has happened because of this COVID-19. And God willing, and as the all our doctors and researchers are trying, we all hope that by September the vaccine comes and we are back to our normal life as it was. Had it not happened, probably our economy, the Indian economy as such, and totally and particularly the Andaman economy would have gone very good. Everybody has seen that all the hotels, all the restaurants, all the game fishing, everything has come to a halt here, which by this time started buzzing with activities. The booking of the hotels, the tourist vehicles, everything has come to a total standstill. And down the line, the economy chain, all the youths which are involved into your tourist vehicles, boat operating, fishing, everything has come to a total halt, and affecting very deeply to the economy of the total economy of the administration, total economy of the islands, and individually to every islanders, be it construction, as you know, because all the migrant labor has gone back to their own places and now coming back from the hinterland like Chennai, Kolkata, Bihar, which is the COVID situation is going from bad to worse. It is getting severe day by day there. So bringing back to them, it is a challenging task, and in turn the pace of construction has gone bad. The tourist inflow has come to a total halt. So all these factors has really been affecting the economy, and it will take quite some time. We are expecting that by the turn of the new year, we will get some good news if the vaccine comes, and we will get back to the track. But in silver lining is that with the strict vigilance and the leadership provided by the Andaman administration, the COVID situation here has been very, very good.
Next comes a very important issue which demands to be highlighted. On 30th December 2018, during the visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the foundation for construction of the seawall for shore production near the Moose Jetty was laid. Keeping in mind the land erosion and the depleting land due to the increase in the sea level. And now it's been almost 2 years, but unfortunately the work for the construction of seawall has not yet started. A gentle reminder and urge for the initiation of project has been sent to Prime Minister Narendra Modi by Rehan Pasha, Secretary Tribal Development Council, Andaman and Nicobar Island, yesterday. Nico spoke to Mr. Rashid Yusuf, President of Nicobar Chamber of Commerce, on the issue. Let's see what he has to comment. Good morning. Now we have Sir Rashid Yusuf, Prince of Lankauri, giving us the take about the soil erosion thing happening in the Nicobar Islands.
कार निकोबार आइलैंड जो है बहुत सालों से जेट्टी का प्रॉब्लम है वहाँ पर। तो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने डिसाइड किया था कि मूस विलेज के सामने में एक जेट्टी बनाएगा। उसके बाद जेट्टी बनने के बाद में फिर पैसेंजर शिप वहाँ बर्ड कर सकता है। लेकिन क्या हो गया, सुनामी भी आ गया, उसमें सॉइल इरोशन चालू हो गया, जिसमें काफ़ी प्रॉब्लम होता है जहाज़ को अंदर आने के लिए। तो इसलिए वहाँ काफ़ी प्रॉब्लम होता है, जैसे कैरोसिन ऑयल का है, पेट्रोल का है, इसेंशियल आइटम्स का है, लोडिंग अनलोडिंग में एलपीजी का है। तो ये बहुत बड़ा इशू हो गया। और ऊपर से जो सॉइल इरोशन क्योंकि डायरेक्ट हिल के साथ में कनेक्टेड है, वो जो सैंड है समंदर का, तो वो इरोशन होते जा रहा, बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहा। तो अभी विलेज वाला, मूस विलेज वाला भी काफ़ी डर चुका है इसमें। और कार निकोबार वाला दे आर वरीड बिकॉज इट्स द लास्ट 20 ईयर्स में ये प्रॉब्लम है करके। तो इसलिए जब हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी आए थे 30 दिसंबर 2018 को, तो वो टाइम भी ये इशू रेस हुआ। और बहुत अच्छा हुआ कि प्रधानमंत्री जी ने उसका फाउंडेशन भी लेट किया था, वो कि वहाँ सी वॉल बने और शोर प्रोडक्शन का हो। In this, even the Andaman and Nicobar administration have tried their level best, but despite of their efforts for the last 2 to 3 years, अभी तक काम स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ। तो उसमें हम लोग का ट्राइबल डेवलपमेंट काउंसिल ने प्रधानमंत्री को भी लिखा है इसका बारे में कि जितना जल्द से जल्द हो जाए तो अच्छा है। हमारा प्राइम मिनिस्टर ये भी बोला था उस वक्त कि अगर ये काम हो जाए तो काफ़ी लोगों को मदद हो जाएंगे, तो काफ़ी सुविधा आ जाएंगे कार निकोबार में। तो हमारे भी ये रिक्वेस्ट है गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया से और अंडमान निकोबार एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन से कि जितना जल्द हो सके ये टॉप प्रायोरिटी में रखें ताकि वहाँ का प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो जाए।
Further, Nico spoke to Mr. Ibrahim Jalwat of Nicobar Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Let's hear into his comments. Yesterday, a letter was sent to Prime Minister Narendra Modi regarding Moose Village soil erosion. Here we have Ibrahim Jalwat, Nicobar Chamber of Commerce, for briefing us about the topic.
So yesterday there was a letter sent by the Tribal Development Council to the Prime Minister, and we from Nicobar Chamber of Commerce second this letter. We are in support of this letter. Actually, the issue is for last 20 years there has been soil erosion near Car Nicobar Jetty, which comes under Moose Village, and lot of people, they are living in fear because the land in Moose Village is actually going in the ocean. So it was a long pending issue, and in December 2018 when Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji had come to Car Nicobar, he had laid a foundation stone, and we all were thinking that it's finally a big relief for the islanders and the work will start. But it's been over 21 months and the work has not started. So this is actually a very sad situation, and because now the monsoon is about to start, and with the rains there is more chances of the land submerging into the water. So it's not a complaint letter. We are not complaining against the administration, but it is a reminder to the administration and just a note to the Prime Minister that it will be great if the work starts. We from Nicobar Chamber of Commerce had also tweeted to the Prime Minister about this issue, because the land submerging into the water is not only an island issue, it involves a lot of stakeholders. We, Nicobar Chamber, the business community of Car Nicobar, everyone is involved, because agar land rahega hi nahi, then there's no point of doing anything. So we hope that Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji intervenes in this, and we hope our administration comes forward and at least the construction of the work is started, and we hope that once it's finished, we hope that Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji again comes back to the island to inaugurate it.
Prime Minister Employment Generation Program is a flagship scheme of Government of India to provide financial assistance to the aspiring entrepreneurs of the countries. Thousands of entrepreneurs have benefited and have been started their business after getting assistance under the scheme. Considering the COVID-19 pandemic, the Government of India has decided that the beneficiaries under the PMEGP scheme will now not have to go through the Mandatory Entrepreneur Development Program, commonly known as EDP, till the end of September 2020. Instructions have been sent to the bank to release the loan installments without waiting for the EDP certification. Further, those whose loan has been passed has to go through EDP certification later on. District Hospital Gyara Sharma is not functioning today because one ANM of the hospital was tested COVID-19 positive today. It has been learned the sample of the other staffs of the hospital has also been sent for testing and the results are expected soon. The frontline workers like doctor, nurses, and other health workers are the most vulnerable group when it comes to contracting the virus. All precautionary gears and equipments must be provided to the frontline workers. NICO salutes the frontline worker and their hard work and dedication to mitigate this global health crisis. That's all in today's news bulletin. Download the NICO app, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Facebook. Stay updated with the latest Andaman and Nicobar Islands news stories. Thank you.